Hi, my name is Ernest Teljic. I'm a data center architect with Presidio Network Solutions. Today we will illustrate EMC AppSync software with Exchange 2010 DAG. We will create VNX Snapshot off of Exchange 2010, mount a snapshot, and restore a signal email from that particular snapshot. Before going into the AppSync software, let me show you how the lab is currently configured. So we have Exchange DAG 1. If I do edit settings, each DAG server has its own physical RDM devices configured. This is the database LUN, this is the log LUN, and the same thing in DAG 2. Physical RDM, database, and log LUN. If I go into the DAG server, I will see two databases, mailbox 1, mailbox 2. And when I go to my computer, I will see the ENL drive. This is the database and this is the log. So if I browse, I'll be able to see the Exchange database here. The same thing can be seen over on mailbox 2, database, and log LUN. Now that you've seen how Exchange is currently configured, we're going to AppSync. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to add servers to the AppSync database. Simply click Add, specify the server name, credentials, and AppSync server will automatically push the AppSync software to the servers you're trying to add. It will install the software for you. So I've already discovered DAG 1 and DAG 2. This particular server is the AppSync server as well as the mount server. So once you discover these servers, if you go to Microsoft Exchange, you will see DAG 1, as well as the mount server. The next thing you have to do is you have to configure AppSync Exchange interface. Once you do that, you have to actually do that for both the DAG servers and the mount server. On the mount server, the Exchange management tools are installed, which will perform a consistency check once the Exchange databases are mounted. So here is, if I go to DAG 1, I will see mailbox 1, mailbox 2. Those are the two databases. Okay, the next thing is the service plans. By default, when you install AppSync, there are going to be 4 service plans: bronze, gold, platinum, and silver. You do not see silver in this particular demo, but the one we're going to work with is the bronze one, which creates VNX Snapshots. So let's take a look at the properties of this bronze service plan. So this particular plan is configured to automatically run 40 minutes after the hour. And when we go to create copy, we're going to create a full copy, and we're going to keep 5 snapshots. Go to subscriptions. We see the two databases, mailbox 1, mailbox 2. We're going to create a copy, whether this is active or passive, on Exchange 2010 DAG 2. In my setup, Exchange 2010 DAG 2 is actually the active server. So with that said, we're going to go in and we're going to run this bronze service plan. And this should take a couple minutes. Okay, the bronze service plan is successfully completed. And you can see the log file here. Performing VSS freeze successfully completed. And notice that AppSync is actually destroying some old snaps. Remember, in the bronze service plan, we specified to keep 5 snapshots, VNX snapshots. So AppSync will automatically delete the oldest VNX snapshot. So now, just to correlate this to Unisphere, we're going to go into Unisphere, and we're going to see the snapshots at 125, which is when the service plan was executed. The next step is to mount this particular snapshot. For those of you that are familiar with Replication Manager, you might recall that when you run a job in Replication Manager, a SnapView snapshot job, you cannot mount it when it comes to particularly to a virtual machine. You cannot automatically mount the VNX snapshot directly to a virtual machine. You have to perform the steps in two different steps. The first step would be to create job without mounting it. Once the snapshot job runs, you have to go into Navisphere Unisphere, assign the snapshot to your ESX storage group, perform a discrete scan, add a snapshot as a physical RDM device to the mount VM, and then go back to Replication Manager and perform the mount. AppSync doesn't require that. AppSync uses dynamic mounts, so you don't need to do any of that. All you have to do is mount it, and AppSync will take care of the rest. So let's go ahead and mount this. If we go to Applications, Microsoft Exchange, DAG 1, MBX1, we see the job that we just ran, 124. It was a full. It's not mounted yet, and it's a VNX Snap. So now I'm going to go ahead and mount this. Okay, I'm going to select this, the one that I want. Click Next. That looks good. Click Next. Do I want to validate it? Yes, I do. In this particular case, I'm going to validate the copy. You can run it sequentially or in parallel. I'm going to choose sequentially. Here's where I choose my mount VM, and this is it. Click Next. I'm not going to use same as original path because my mount VM already has an ENL drive, so I'm just going to use an alternate path. Read only is fine, and here's where I copy the metadata to. Click Next. That looks good. Click Finish. View the details of the job. Okay, while this is running, let me show you how my mailbox actually looks like. So here's the test email that I have that I'm going to restore. I already created a VNX snapshot, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this email. Permanently delete, yes. Go to deleted items, nothing here. Go to inbox, there's nothing here. So once this VNX snapshot runs, I'm going to attempt a single item recovery. And in order to perform a single item recovery, you need to install EMC item point software. AppSync uses this software to perform a single email restore. You need to install the software and license it. So now we're going to go back to AppSync. Let's take a look. We're going to wait a few minutes until the mount succeeds, and then we're going to perform a single email restore. Okay, the mount job successfully completed. We started the mount job at 129.15 and it completed at 133. So while the job is running, if we go to Virtual Center, you will actually see that AppSync rescan the HBAs on the ESX server where the mount VM is created. In this case, you see as ESX02. Refreshed, reconfigured the VM in order to perform the mount. So AppSync performs dynamic mounting as before mentioned. So it performed the mount, successfully completed. So if we go to Unisphere, go to that particular storage group, go to SMPs, we actually see the two snapshots mounted. So now if we browse the mount point, we will see Exchange, and there's the ENL drive. So the mount was successfully completed. The next step is to perform a single email restore. So remember, I had an email in my inbox. I don't have it anymore. I deleted it after the snapshot was created. So I want to recover that email. So let's go back into AppSync. This was successfully completed. Click OK. And now we're going to perform a restore. So this is the copy that I want to restore. Go to Restore, Individual Item. This is the one I want to restore. That's the correct one. Click Next. Here's when I need to specify credentials to the item point server. And this is my temp working directory. Click Next. That looks good. Click Finish. Now AppSync is going to launch EMC item point software. It's automatically going to populate the mailbox and the log file. This is the temp directory. We're going to click OK here. And if I browse this, go to inbox, I will actually see the email on the snapshot. Now I need to discover the target, and I'm actually going to point it directly to my Exchange server. OK. Succeeded. Close. Inbox, and the email is not there, which is correct. Outlook doesn't see the email. Item port doesn't see it. So in order for me to restore this email, all I have to do is drag and drop. So again, this is on the VNX Snapshot. I have my email that I accidentally deleted. I'm going to drag and drop to inbox. Successfully copied. Close. The email is there. Now if I go back to Outlook, the email is successfully restored. This concludes the demo. Thank you for your time.